The hero of the story is not afraid of conflict. In fact, they understand it's part of life. The difference between healthy and unhealthy conflict really lives in the mind of the people involved in it. A lot of times when we get into conflict as a family or as a coworker, we don't understand what the other person is thinking, and they don't understand what we're thinking, and they don't understand our value difference. And an example would be if I value humor and someone doesn't value humor, they value facts, and we're in a conversation and I'm joking and they want the data, we're going to have conflict. And unless we express that, we're not going to understand each other. And that conflict is usually marked with anger or walking away, depending on what you lean into. If it's anger, we have this feeling of we're threatened, we are under attack, there's a boundary that's been crossed, and oftentimes all of those are unspoken, and the other person is just guessing completely as to why the person is responding. And oftentimes we're mind reading what the other person is thinking or intending, and we don't ask the question. And so if our value is not seeking truth, we're just going to assume because we are storytellers. Our brain is going to tell us a story and fill in the gaps. That I know without a doubt that's what you meant, and it probably isn't. But now we're in unhealthy conflict and we're fighting over nothing because actually we might agree. We might actually be able to get along if we understood what the other person was thinking. Oftentimes, if we sit down and have a real conversation about what really matters and not the thing we're fighting about, we understand the perspective of the other person and we can get into healthy conflict. This is what the hero of the story seeks, is healthy conflict, because we're wired for it. We are wired as humans to engage in conflict, and if it's unhealthy, it still gives us connection, which is one of our key needs. But healthy conflict, that's also connection. It's a lot more sustainable and it leads to a lot more progression. So if you find yourself fighting with someone, understand that there is an unspoken value disagreement. There is mind reading, there is assumption, there is storytelling on both ends, and it becomes a defensive match instead of a cooperative sparring session.